Okay, I hope you can see this quite well now. This is the cabinet in what they call a tracked mode, so every so often the games will actually spin round. But you've got the menu here, which you use the left and the right flipper buttons to move a game across at a time. The lower buttons, the magna saves, go down a full letter. So we're on D now, so E, F, G, H and all the way through. There's several different types of games in this cabinet. There's a VPX game, which is a Visual Pinball 10, and there's also some of the old VP9 games. You can't either get a modern game of this, and some of them play a bit better in my opinion. But of course you can just keep all the games on. And I also have the FX3 games for the Barry Williams and a couple of the others, but these have to be linked to your Steam account. So unfortunately they won't be included in the cab. But all the FX2 games will actually be included. So let's play Deadpool. So we want to select the game and we press that top button there to load the game. Now on this game, your plunger doesn't work at all. You have to use the button. And these games nudge by buttons. So the top buttons work as flippers, and the lower buttons work as nudges. And the front button here actually works as a front nudge. So when you're ready to launch, you press
prepare yourself for the greatest
launch button.
experience of all time. It'll be better than the Iron Man table anyway. Touche. Uh-oh. Note to self.
So as you can see, I'm totally rubbish at these games. I'm just going to exit the game by pressing the escape button on the cabinet. And now we go back into the Pinball X software. I'm just actually going to turn the lights off in this room so you can probably get a better idea on the actual tables. So a table that's particularly nice is the Tales of the Arabian Nights. So if we want to load that, press a button at the front. At the moment there is 250 games just over in this cabinet. There probably will be a few more by the time the cab is sold. I do have a hard drive that's full of the older EM type games, and they don't really interest me, but you can have them added on if you wish. It'll probably take me a day or so to put them on. So if you do want that kind of game, just give me a shout and I'll get it added on to you. Normally takes about 20 seconds to load the game. This also is one of the games that has the lovely colour DMD. And if you can just see the side of the cabin underneath, we've got the LED lights in there, which have changed colour as well. They change colour according to how they're programmed for each game. So if we start the table now. Also, if you notice, there's a clip under each side, which are the force feedback points. So we're going to have a try at this game. Rubbish, as you can see. The reason these are on a switch underneath is if you're playing at night, you can just always turn them. You can turn the sound down and turn them off. Okay.
Great shot.
So I'm going to escape the game now and go back into the Pinball X. If you pick something like the Flintstones, this has got the animated back glass to it, which is called the pin-up popper back glass, and pin-up player, sorry, and it just basically gives like a Jersey Jack feel to the game. So again, you know, 20 seconds, 20 is the average loading time. You don't have to worry, but what you really don't want to do is start playing with the buttons until the game comes on, because sometimes this does confuse the software a little bit. Here we are, loaded all up. The lights come on underneath the game. Again, this is another one with the colour DMD. I decided to make the DMD quite a bit bigger than what it should be on the game, because it's like the the Chicago gaming kind of idea. Big DMD, can't go wrong. Right, so I'm going to start the game. As you can see, there's loads of graphics at the top. So this game as well, I can push the plunger and it will launch. Okay, so we can escape that game because I seem to be rubbish at that one as well. Don't seem to be very good at any of these games, but and obviously just to let everybody know that the TV on the back is on a stand at the moment. It's on the floor on a slight plinth to raise it up. There's nothing to stop you putting that TV onto a normal vessel plate onto your wall. The reason I didn't have it going onto the back of the game was just for stability, really. I did buy a bracket to do it, but it was just a bit dodgy. If you're considering you can move these games about, actually physically nudge them, because there is an analog device in there which will let you do that. But I didn't want the whole of the back box glass to be, rattling around on this. Right, so we're going to start the game.
Welcome to the theater of sound. Amazing skill. Nice performance is about to begin.
Shoot for the magic drop.
No, my ball control was awful there as well. And if you can actually see the plunger on the right hand side, when I pull it back, it does actually go where you pull it, and you can change your mind and set it for the skill shot wherever you like on any game, but it doesn't matter on this because that's not the skill shot, is it?
Theater away.
Levitating woman. Levitate. Magic. Lock is lit. You must concentrate. Shoot up the center staircase. Levitate.
The first ball is locked.
Okay, I'm going to escape that game and probably try something like Star Trek, one of the Stern games, so I can show you this centre button working. Let's load the Star Trek Ellie. Have a swig of coffee. For transportation, this whole screen thing comes off. There's 4 Allen key bolts and a couple of cables you have to disconnect. Then all of this comes off. And apparently you can fold this bottom stand down, but I haven't worked out how to do that yet. I'm going to have a look in the manual how to do that, because that might mean it could fit into a car, but at the moment it seems to be maybe a Martin or a small van. As you can see underneath, the colours are going crazy on this one. Let's start the game.
Welcome aboard.
So as you can see, this light's began to flash. So let's start that.
One shot to land on that platform. Remember, the Enterprise won't be able to beam you back until you turn off that drill.
Descent vector adjusted.